So I had an interesting thing happen to me this weekend. I updated my PlayStation 4, and the firmware was botched. And so, in my effort to restore my PlayStation that I thought was bricked, I went into safe mode, and this is what I got. As you can see, my PlayStation controller was not responding at all to uh, my PlayStation and vice versa. And I thought the worst. I thought my PlayStation was bricked. I thought it wasn't going to work. I thought I had to buy a new PlayStation. I thought this was a ploy perpetrated by Sony to get me to play a PlayStation 5, all of which was not true. But needless to say, I figured out a way to fix it, and I'm going to go ahead and show you guys too. All right. So, thing that you have to remember first is that usually, whenever you get some type of error message like this, where it's non-responsive, it's either going to be a hardware issue or a software issue. You can pretty much, in this situation, rule out software as the system is it's being responsive. Like the system is being responsive. You're seeing screen to screen on there. So I kind of ruled that out. So I started at hardware. The first thing I was thinking about is maybe one of the other ports that I had, the USB ports, was conflicting with my main port for my controller. So I unplugged everything, right? I unplugged all the USB extensions that are on there that are extra. The one for my controller charger, the one for my primary charger, as well as the in the back of my PlayStation. I have the Elgato capture card on there, so I unplugged that as well. And I used the second controller just to rule out that it wasn't my primary controller that was the issue. And all of those feats failed. One by one, they failed. So at this point, the only other thing that I could possibly think of that was the issue was the cord. The problem is that I don't keep micro USB cords on tap, so I was a little worried at first I was going to have to buy a new controller because I didn't have one. But I did a little digging and I found a small one that they use for some other device. And when I plugged it in, it was responsive and it did work. And I was able to update the firmware after that in safe mode. And for those who don't know, I probably should have said it earlier. In order to get your PlayStation into safe mode, you just hold your after you completely shut down your PlayStation, and when you turn it on, you hold the power button until you hear two beeps. So you get the initial beep when you touch it, and there should be one more beep afterwards, and then that'll get your PlayStation to safe mode, which is that very first screen that says, "Hey, press this button, press the PS button to get into there." So this was what the culprit was. It was just a bad cord. So why does this happen? So it wasn't anything that was faulty with the cord itself. I mean, it's possible that maybe over an extended period of time that the cord just was worn out because it was constantly plugged into the PlayStation. But more common than not, not all USB cords are created equal. This was definitely not my original PS controller one, and you can usually tell like the USB cords, sometimes they're just electrical, just wire to wire, and sometimes they're electrical with data input as well. And that's the controller, or that's the kind of cord that you actually needed. You can typically see the difference if you have two cords side by side. The one with the data cable will have a thicker cord than the one that does not. It'll be thinner in nature. So that's all you had to do is just switch out the cord. So this will hopefully save you 40, 50, or $60 from replacing your PlayStation controller, or worse, going out and buying a new system altogether. So just try the cord first. A lot of times that's typically where the root cause or the root issue is. If you don't have one on tap, Walmart usually sells them on the cheap if you need it immediately. If not, I'll put some links in my comments below where you can find some on Amazon.com. So hopefully that you found this video helpful. If it helped you, please let me know in the comments section. If you haven't already, please subscribe to this channel, as well as hit the likes up button and show some love at my blog, www.sageknowsit.com. I've got a lot of great tutorials that are both technology, gaming, as well as information security related, as well as some free tools and tutorials. So please show some love over there. Thank you so much for watching the video. Y'all know the drill. Keep it real. Doesn't seem to be working.